Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I got a question here about my crazy diet, my one meal a day. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here's a video here where I talked about how I don't eat until 5 every day. I basically eat one meal a day. And I've been doing this for, how long has it been now? It's about 1.5 years, more, maybe even more than that. I'm trying to think. It's been a long time though that I've been doing this. And, I'm not gonna go over the whole reason for this, but I got some questions here about it. But basically the idea is that I basically just fast. I do drink water, but I fast, don't eat any food until about 5 every day. And again, watch the video if you wanna know kind of the reasoning behind that. But if you're curious, I got some questions here. So, Bom dia, John, must be from Brazil here. So, Brazilian Portuguese. I hope you are good. Question about one meal a day diet. I'm planning on trying this, but lifting in the morning and rollerblading in the evening. As far as I can tell, you lift in the morning as well. Yes, I remember you saying that you take BCAAs before and after the lift. Is that right? Did that work for you? Anything else you take, creatine, NO2, or glutamine? Okay, so I'll stop here and I'll answer some of these questions. So, I lift in the morning, yes, that's true. I was taking BCAAs before the lifting and after. I stopped doing that. I'm probably gonna start doing that again. I watched a video by this guy, Bios3. Maybe we can put an annotation or a link here for him. And maybe he's got this video on BCAAs. And he talked about, with the ketogenic diet, how some of his clients, how it was messing up their ketosis. I'm not doing a ketogenic high-fat diet now. I was before, and I was doing the fasting thing. And so I wanted to try that out, and he was saying that it was stopping fat loss. I don't know, I'm not sure at this point. At this point, since I'm not really doing a ketogenic diet, I think I am gonna go ahead and do the BCAAs. Technically, it's slightly breaking the fast. I think that it probably has a net benefit though, because you are getting that protein synthesis going, you're stopping the muscle breakdown. So I'm probably gonna go back on the BCAAs. I may experiment and see. I'm unsure at this point whether it's harmful or not. I imagine it can't really be that harmful. I mean, if anything, it's like a few calories that it ends up being. So let's see. Anything else you take? Creatine, NO2, or glutamine? I haven't taken creatine for a while, but I was taking creatine. Creatine, I'll probably get back on creatine as well. Just my schedule has been kind of crazy, so I haven't done that. But creatine is definitely beneficial. I would definitely recommend that. A lot of people ask also about the lifting. In fact, well, here, I'll read on here. So it feels awkward to lift with just BCAAs. I was also wondering if BCAAs don't break the whole GH increased from fasting as I'm breaking the fasting. Any thoughts on that? So I'll touch a little bit more on that. So lifting on just BCAAs, lifting on nothing, it's not a problem. You get used to it. We're trained to think that we need fuel, like food for energy. We have plenty of energy already stored in our system. It's crazy. I was reading about a guy, I can't remember his name now, but he fasted for 5 days and then was deadlifting 500 pounds after fasting for 5 days, and he was totally fine. He was doing it for reps. So you have the energy. You just feel like you don't feel great, but you have the energy. Your body can perform without food. Believe me, think about it this way. Again, we are not the same physiology as a lion, but a lion eats, has a kill and doesn't eat for 3 or 4 days and then till it kills something again, right? A lot of predators in the wild operate that way. So think about it, right? At the point where you haven't eaten for 4 or 5 days and you're hungry and you got to kill an antelope, you better be at your prime. Your muscles, you better be able to perform and output at maximum. And obviously animals can do that. We can do the same thing. Honestly, it's in your head. You can perform with that. Again, on breaking the fast, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference. I'm not entirely convinced that the fasting part is so important. The thing about eating the one meal a day, really more than the fasting, that I'm finding from my evidence of doing this for such a long time is really just a caloric reduction and the idea that you're loading the calories at the right time. And that's what I've been experimenting with actually, is to do some lifting like later in the day and then to have my meal right afterwards. And that seems to be very effective. So you're the best man. Let me share this also. After reading your book, I started looking around to get a job in Berlin. My salary 4x my current. That's awesome. So if you're wondering what book he's talking about, Soft Skills Software Developer's Life Manual, you can check it out here. I would appreciate it if you do buy the book. If you would leave a review, that would be awesome. So anyway, he says, we'll be moving there soon, but just wanted to say I really appreciate your teachings and I'm really grateful. Hope things are good over there as well. Peace and cheers from Brazil. For now, Leonardo, or Leandro. So thanks, Leandro. Appreciate your comments and your questions about the 1 meal a day. It's definitely a weird thing. I try it out, see how you do. Even with the cardio, like today, I did a long cardio day, so I ran like 6.2 miles on an empty stomach, right? And I was totally fine, right? And I did that in the morning. So yeah, it's totally, you can do it. Like, don't worry about what people say, oh, you need the energy, you need the food, the fuel. Not true, not true. It takes some mental toughness and you'll develop the mental toughness, but that's also a benefit, in my opinion, of doing the 1 meal a day. So anyway, thanks again for the question. I will do more of these diet and health ones. If you guys want, just let me know topics. Email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com and I'll give you more information on this. By the way, I do want to address this real quick. Maybe I'll even do a video on it. For those of you that are commenting that are like, oh, which programmer taking steroids? If I took steroids, I would tell you. I would just tell you. I wouldn't have anything to hide. I don't have any problem necessarily with it, but I've never touched this stuff in my life. I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it to me. I'll probably do a video talking about why I would never do steroids or why I don't do steroids. I'm not saying that I would never, but it doesn't make sense to me. And the short answer of why I would not do it is simply because I don't want to lose my gains. I don't want to have something that I have to be on, and if I'm not on it, I lose everything, right? I think you can manipulate it so that it's safe. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I don't want to lose everything that I work for just because I stopped taking it. If you look at a lot of bodybuilders that were on steroids and they stopped taking them, or even pro athletes, they shrivel up, even though they're lifting. Believe me, I've seen them in my own gym. So anyway, if you're curious more about it, I can definitely do a video on it, but I'm not on anything. I tell you guys what I'm doing, right? Why would I be honest about everything else in my life, telling you and not be honest about that? I just lift heavy and I lift, and I have been doing this for like almost 20 years now. So anyway, if you have a question, definitely email me. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.